Hello, fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. I'm Daphne, and I'm here today with a little mini whip and chat / goals update. So it's the beginning of the new month. I like to look back over my previous month to see how I did on my diamond painting goals and share it with you guys. That helps keep me honest, and you guys can see what the process looks like. So I am going to rearrange a little bit. You are welcome to go grab something that you're working on and just listen while I chat along. I'm just going to be working on this one, so one, I can get some more hours in, and two, I can have something on screen for you guys while I'm sharing all of my goals. Be right back. All right, I've got my timer going. I am ready to jump in. So first of all, thank you guys for joining me today. When I first started setting diamond painting goals, I wasn't sure what it was going to look like. And I've done it for 2 years now, maybe 3. But I just find it really kind of helps give me a direction as far as my diamond painting goes, which admittedly maybe not everyone needs, because not everyone is running a YouTube channel, right? For a lot of us, this is just a hobby that we enjoy, that we spend time doing. And it's really not that different for me. I mean, it is a hobby that I enjoy spending time doing. It just is a hobby that I maybe think about a little more often and a little differently than other people who don't have YouTube channels. I was just thinking the other day, I need to get back into kind of trying out more different things. I think this year, because I've been very focused on trying to accomplish the goals that I set for myself, that I kind of have put learning and exploring on a back burner, which is not what I want to do. I mean, the whole reason I started this channel was because I was learning things and I wanted to share what I was learning with you, and I feel like I've gotten a little bit away from that this year. I mean, I'm still having fun, and I hope you guys are too, but yeah, just kind of, I don't know, a little redirect for myself, I think. So let me just jump into my diamond painting goals. For those of you who don't know what they are, I'll stick a little link up there in the corner so you can go check them out. For this year, I had 5 goals, which I think I reduced. I think the year before I had 7. This year I only had 5. The first one, and the one that I'll continue to have for several years, is my diamond painting hours. And that is because supposedly it takes 10,000 hours to master something. So I set myself a goal of doing 10,000 hours of diamond painting, and I'm slowly working my way toward that. Admittedly, it's going to take me several years. Not sure what my exact total is at this point, but yeah, just working my way that way. Last month in September, I actually did pretty good. I think I did well in September because I was trying to finish up my Oraloa sneak peeks, and so I put more hours in than I might normally have, but it all works out. It all eventually gets counted, right? So for September, I did 113 hours and 53 minutes. So almost 114 hours. So if I add that to my previous total of 658 hours and 43 minutes, that means for 2023, I'm currently sitting at a total of 772 hours and 36 minutes, which I'm feeling pretty good about. Last year, I tried to make it to 1,500 and I did not make it. And I just think, even though I had more time to diamond paint this year because I wasn't working, I just don't think that's realistic for me. I mean, I have other things going on in my life as well. I do have a real life outside of YouTube and diamond painting. So, you know, things like that take up time. I don't want to give those up. So this year I lowered my goal to 1,000. So here I am at the end of September and I'm at 772. So I'm pretty hopeful that I will make my 1,000 by the end of the year. So I'm feeling pretty good about that goal. So 772.36. My second goal was finishes. And my goal for this year was 50. Last year I finished like 70 something, but that's also throwing in a bunch of 30 by 30s that I finished last year that I won't be doing this year. Like in last September, I actually finished 30 by 30s Yeah, that's not a challenge I want to repeat either. I'm glad I did it, and I'm glad I could show myself that I could accomplish it, but it was not fun trying to finish basically a canvas a day, and I only allowed myself so many partials. I limited myself, and it was still kind of a push to get everything done. But anyway, so for September, I finished 4 things. So I finished, of course, the Halloween family, which was a sneak peek from Oraloa. I didn't get that one done in time for the sneak peek, but I had quite a bit of it finished. And then after I did the sneak peek, I spent a week or so just finishing it up and getting that one done. And then as soon as I finished that one, I started on the next Oraloa because I had another sneak peek and I really wanted to get it finished so that I could show you the completed project in the sneak peek. Because it's always interesting to see, you know, new art and that kind of thing. So I like the sneak peeks for that reason. But it's also nice, especially if it's a company that you've never done before, you know, that you've never purchased anything or done any of their kits before. It's always nice to kind of see what it's going to look like as a finished product. So I finished the Halloween family, then I finished the second Oraloa sneak peek, which was Magi, which was by Vayonette, who is an artist that I really like her stuff. I've never done one of hers before, so I was able to add that one to the list for my artist series, so that was a bonus. I finished a small Christmas tree partial that hopefully you guys saw. I actually wanted to finish another partial, but I just didn't get so busy working on the sneak peeks I didn't get it done. And then you guys, the other finish, because I did 4 finishes, my other finish this month, I finished it on September 30th, was my seahorses from Diamond Dots. Make sure if you're not already subscribed that you hit that subscribe button, because when I do my regular weekly whip and chat on Sunday, I'll be sharing some b-roll of what the finish looks like, and I'm super happy with it. I posted some pictures on Instagram. I might have posted some pictures in the Facebook group. I don't remember. If you're not a member of the Facebook group, go hit that up as well. So those are my 4 finishes. The 2 Oraloa sneak peeks, the tree partial, and then my seahorses from Diamond Dots. So I got 4 finishes, and if I add that to my previous total of 44, that means I'm currently sitting at 48 finishes. So my goal of 50 finishes is definitely within reach. I should finish more than 2 things by the end of the year, hoping to finish quite a bit more than that because of the next goal. So 2 left to finish that goal. So that one seems doable as well. So my third goal is the artist series. And that is where I said I wanted to do a series of 20 kits pulled from my stash of artists whose work I had never done before, which gets a little tricky admittedly because I have duplicates in my stash from, you know, if I like an artist, I probably have more than one of their kits. For example, I have more than one Vayonette, and just happened to get the sneak peek of hers, was able to add that one to my artist series, like I said. So that's the only artist series one that I got done this month, was the one by Vayonette. So last time I had 14, plus that one I'm up to 15. So hopefully if I can do 2 a month until the end of the year, that means I will make that goal as well. I don't know if I'm going to make it because everything that I have basically are large canvases, so we'll see. But I also have stuff that comes to me that I'm not expecting, or I make some kind of impulsive purchase, and so I end up with something that wasn't actually on my list, but I can substitute, and then so hopefully I'll make it. Because like if I get this one finished, this one is going to go on my list as well. I've never done anything by this particular artist before. The whole point behind the artist series was to kind of shop from my stash and not only do, you know, paintings by artists that I had never done before, but also work from my stash and kind of finish some of those things that have been sitting around forever and ever. Now, I have, after just doing my stash update, realized that there's some kits that I probably just need to let go of, that I either am not interested in doing anymore, or that I know the kits are nice and they're okay, and if I didn't have 40 other kits in front of them, I probably would get to them, but realistically I'm probably not going to get to them, and I would rather have those kits go to someone who maybe doesn't have a kit like that, or would love to do that particular kit, or missed out on getting that particular kit. So I've gone through and I've picked out some that I'm going to be letting go of. I haven't quite figured out what that's going to look like yet, but I do have a little pile that I'm going to be letting go. So yeah, my artist series, because I have so many that I originally put on that list that I just have never gotten to. I wanted to do my Lori Prindle Shaman. I didn't get to that one. I wanted to do my Dakota Detweiler. I didn't get to that one. I can't think of all of them off the top of my head, but yeah, several that have gotten substituted for other things. And I know, just because because DP for Vets is coming up, which means I'm going to kind of switch gears next month and work on some of those. The kits I have for that, admittedly, are smaller, but still are going to take up time and need to be completed, so I need to be working on those next month. And so have been taking kind of September and now October to, I don't know, kind of play catch up and just finish some projects and get some things done. I almost burnt myself out working on the 2 sneak peeks, lesson learned, but I'm happy with how they turned out, and so happy that I used the seahorses as my reward, because I absolutely love that kit. So I'm still working towards my artist series, but I'll get there. That again may be something that I continue next year as well, just because again I have so many things in my kit that I want to get to at some point and just won't. I think that's the hardest part, is recognizing that while I like the image in a painting, it's not one that I'm gonna be absolutely crushed if I have to let it go. That makes room for other things, maybe things that I would like more. I haven't decided what that's going to look like yet, but we'll see. Goal number 4 is my budget, and I've been complaining the last 2 or 3 months about I haven't really spent a whole lot, and I think September kind of was the same. I spent a little bit more, but I didn't spend a ton. So for September I spent $163.49, which is close to my $200 a month, but still under. So I still have some extra, and a few months where I didn't really buy much at all. Of the $163.49, I spent $48.35 on kits, and I think those were the 2 Make Market kits, I think. And then I spent $115.14 on tools. And honestly, I just wrote down tools. I don't even remember what that was on. I don't know if that's the pins I was waiting on or what that is. I don't think I bought any storage. Did I? Or trays. So probably pins. No, it wasn't that much, so I don't remember. But anyway, so $163.49 spent on in the month of September. And then, so taking that from my $2,400 budget, that means I have $1,075.33 left. Now, future me knows that that's going to be a little bit less, because just a little sneak peek, I did spend some money here in the last couple of days. So I'll be sharing when I do October's update, I'll be sharing what that is, but I'm going to be trying to resist buying anything, because I do want to have a nice chunk of my budget left when Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales roll around. Last year, I didn't really buy much. I think maybe I bought like 2 or 3 kits for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. I think I actually ended up buying more on Cyber Monday than anything else. But anyway, I would like to have a nice chunk of change so that I have some money to spend there without feeling guilty. But I think that's also going to necessitate me, like I said, getting rid of some of my other kits to make room so that I don't have to feel guilty about all the stuff that I have piling up that I'm just never going to get to, no matter how much I want to. All right, so that's my budget, which is the big item usually. And then my last goal for 2023 was to reduce my stash, which admittedly after my stash video is going the wrong direction, but that's okay. I mean, I seriously considered doing like a detox kind of thing like Lizette did to just kind of work myself down, but I don't know if it's so much that I'm resisting. I think it's that I don't know what's going to happen. We are planning to move sometime next year, crossing my fingers that my son's classes all go well and then he graduates on schedule. So I don't want to get rid of everything. I mean, if I wanted to do that, I could just do a complete destash, I guess. I wonder what that would look like if I let my brain think, yes, I'm just going to give myself an arbitrary number or, limit myself to the ones that I would be crushed to let go of. Because honestly, there are some, even after my first go through of I'm okay getting rid of these, there are still several in my stash that I would like to keep, but I wouldn't cry if I had to give them up. So I'll have to think about that. But because of the move and, just the logistics and shipping and all of that with the move to Canada, I don't know, my brain says I just need to hang on to some of them because it will be more difficult to replace them than I think it will be. Diamond Art Club ships to Canada, Dreamer Designs and Oraloa, who are my big three pretty much, all ship to Canada, so it probably won't be as big of a deal as I think it is, but you just never know. And also, in case something happens financially, what if I don't have the ability to replace a bunch of them? I already own these, so yeah, I don't know. We'll see. My stash is admittedly going the wrong way. After I did my stash video and reviewed my stash, the actual stash itself has gone up by 4. I'm going to cut myself some slack there because I do get sneak peeks and PR stuff. So I do eventually end up counting those if I'm going to hang on to them. I don't keep all of my sneak peek stuff, but I do hang on to it for a while generally. So if I decide I'm not going to get around to it, then, I can let it go. But so my numbers for the actual stash for the month of September, I finished 3 kits. I finished the seahorses, which was in my stash, the 2 sneak peeks from Oraloa, which I was counting in my stash. You guys just didn't know it because I keep those a secret. But then I bought the 2 make markets, so that makes down 3, add 2, so I'm only down 1, which I'm not really down, but it is what it is, right? I mean, I like to think of it as I'm around, I think my stash video, I was around 70 something. So I don't have a huge stash. I mean, I've seen people do videos where, the stash is taller than they are. I can't even imagine having that many. I mean, I can imagine it, but I don't know how I would feel. Maybe if we were somewhere where we were like permanently settled and I knew we weren't going anywhere, and yeah, maybe after we move and we're kind of settled in, maybe at that point I'll think about maybe getting a giant stash. But also that feels kind of overwhelming. Like I've never been somebody who wanted to have a bunch of stuff. Like I go through my house periodically and just like, okay, we have too many things I need to declutter. I have too many clothes I never wear. I have, too many this, too many that, and we'll get rid of it. But so -1 for my stash. And then this is not a goal this year, but I have been keeping track. I sent out 13 random acts of kindness in September, which means that I am sitting at 95 for the year, which I think is pretty darn good. I think that means that I'm going to make it to 100 this year because I do have plans to send. I want to send out another, at least 1 batch, maybe 2 during October, because I won't be sending out any random acts of kindness in November because I'll be busy with DP for Vets. So make sure you've marked your calendars for that. I will be doing announcements of sponsors in my whip-in chats this month, and then towards the end of the month, middle end of the month, I'll do a video and I'll post the link for the entry form so everybody who wants to can go ahead and fill that out. But I won't do the actual official announcement video until probably close to the end of October, just so I can get all the sponsors and everything lined out and get all my social media stuff together and get the official rules package, do all my photography, all that kind of stuff. All that behind the scenes stuff that you guys don't see. There are my goals and how I did. I think I did pretty well for September. I'm pretty happy. I'm almost at 800 hours for the DP hours for the year, so I should make that. I only need 2 more finishes for that goal. I need 5 more finishes for my artist series, but I'm going to be working hard on that. I'm hoping maybe this month I'll get more than 2 done, and that'll get me back to where I need to be. Still got a little less than half of my budget left, and I'm going to tell myself that I reduced my stash by 1 just to make myself feel better. So I'm working on this one. You can see it's got such pretty colors in it. I'm really excited to keep working on this one, and it's a smaller kit, which means I should get it done sooner rather than later, which will also be another win for me. So that's it for me today, guys. That was how I did in September. If you have any diamond painting goals, leave me a comment down below and let me know how you did for the month of September. If you don't like to set goals, you can let me know that too. I know goals are not for everyone. For me, I just find that it helps keep me on track, and it keeps me from getting too distracted, because that's very easy for me to do. Thanks so much for sticking around till the end of the video, guys. Before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.